Good morning, everybody, and welcome to News Extra. And my guests this morning are here to talk about the third annual Monument Muscle Car Expo coming up at the Monument Mall. A very busy weekend, June 1st. Yes. And I have Parra, one of the organizers of the event, along with Christa Pelster, the mall manager. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Talk a little bit about putting something like this together. It can't be easy.
No, actually, this is a third annual. We have a lot of time that goes into this, a lot of just different challenges, but I think this is going to be our best show yet. So
now there are different categories that people are going to see when they come out to the expo. Give us a little bit of a taste of what people are going to see.
Right. We have cars ranging from 1940 all the way to 2019, different classes. So as of right now, since it is a smaller show, we have 9 different categories, trophy categories. So we have best classic car, best hot rod, best lowrider, best truck, rat rod, import, best in show, best muscle car, and people's choice.
Okay. And okay, so you got People's Choice Award,
Yep.
and then there's a judging panel that takes care of the other categories.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Now, Christa, you're gonna have a lot of vehicles at the mall here.
Yes, we're very excited. We're actually getting better at it, being the third year. So.
Right.
Now, how is it getting this organized? Because obviously you're not going to be putting vehicles inside the mall this way necessarily, but you've got a lot of neat vehicles, and where will they be in relationship to the highway and Circle Drive?
Well, the cars will actually be inside the
all
mall.
Of them inside the mall?
They'll be inside
that's
the mall.
great.
So you can come indoors and check out all the cars and walk around the mall and, of course, do some shopping while you're there.
Well, that's excellent. And so if there's inclement weather, well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's inside.
Rain or shine, we're going to be inside the mall. So we've had cars from, people coming in from Colorado, Wyoming. So like I said, rain or shine, the show will go on.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And how do people find out about this show? Is it just word of mouth? Is it social media? All of the above?
All of the above.
It's been a big effort. Like the first year, it was a lot of social media and then Christian using wall spaces to advertise. But it's just grown word of mouth because people really enjoy the show.
Right.
Usually now in the few years past, how many vehicles have you had generally in the different categories? And
the first year we packed out the mall. We had about almost 70 cars in there.
There was
it was jam-packed.
Down the hallways and everything.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We had almost 2,000 people that attended, in and out of the mall. It was just crazy busy. The second year the attendance wasn't as strong. We still had a lot of people that walked in and out.
Oh, sure.
But this year we're on schedule to do almost what we did at the first show.
Wow, so it's going to be real busy.
Yeah, it should be a good super show that day. So.
It has to pose a challenge or two, I suppose, getting all of those vehicles inside.
Yes, it's kind of like having to play Tetris, getting them in there, figuring it out and maneuver them.
Exactly.
So with the different categories, with muscle cars, not necessarily older folks necessarily that gravitate toward those, but I suppose that is kind of the case at times. Are there certain car classes where you get some people that may enjoy doing those as opposed to other ones, or is it just something that car lovers just gravitate to no matter what it is?
I think it is truly. The first year we had a 2016 Camaro Copo in the show. This is a drag car. It's one of 69 cars that they only make every year. Mm-hmm. So this was like number 20 or something like that. But that car was definitely the showstopper, centerpiece for the whole show. But yeah, that was, everybody, kids to older people were just gravitating towards that car.
Toward that vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I understand there are some perhaps higher end vehicles that people will see that if they've been watching some of the car auctions on TV, they may have seen a few of these go across the block.
Probably once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah. Christians arranged for these vehicles to be there. So,
and we're talking the big boys when it comes to those auctions.
Exactly.
We're talking Barrett Jackson, Mecum.
Exactly.
The ones that you see, on the weekends, especially on cable and satellite TV. That
exactly
bring big dollars actually.
Yes. Yes, there's something definitely that you want to come see. Definitely.
When somebody was interested in getting into this hobby or passion, I guess, for a lot of people, how does it tend to happen? they just develop a love of automobiles and find something a project that they really want to get into, or how does that tend to work?
I think so. For the most part, I know like the older cars, like the 60s and the 70s for middle-aged guys, that's what they grew up
Sure.
on. So they gravitate towards those, and they're like, oh, well, I used to own that in high school or whatnot, or my dad owned it, and they just dump big dollars into those cars.
Nostalgia, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
and they tend to go the full Monty when it comes to doing these restorations.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you have rat rods and things like that, it's not an inexpensive endeavor to put one of these things together.
Right.
And of course, you can come up with your own idea of a vision that you want to have rolling around on the street and put it together that way. So there are some special things that are going to be taking place with the Monument Muscle Car Expo, and we're going to talk about those and more in just a moment when we're back on News Extra. And we're back on News Extra, and we're talking about the Monument Muscle Car Expo, which is coming up June 1st from 10 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Free admission, everybody, at the Monument Mall in Scottsbluff. And I have Parra and Christa Pelster with me. Again, thank you very much for joining us this
Thank you for
morning.
having us.
Thank you.
I do understand with the program, there are a couple of special events, special items that are going to be taking place, including a unique centerpiece item, if you will,
Yes.
that people will see.
Yep.
Explain that to us.
Okay, so on June 1st, we'll be opening up the expo with the national anthem. We have the 15 by 25, that big Perkins flag. They're going to be letting us borrow it for the day. So underneath that flag, we're going to have I believe it's a 70 CUDA and a 2019 Red Eye Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably the only one in the state, actually.
Okay.
So that's going to be kind of the focal point of our car show. So we're going to be doing the national anthem at 10 o'clock in the morning. Jack Shaw from the Greendales. It's a local band here. He's going to be playing electric guitar, kind of like a Metallica style,
Okay.
to open the car show at 10 a.m. And we're going to have the military recruiters there from the Monument Mall. They're going to be there saluting the flag. So if you guys would like to join us at 10 o'clock in the morning to open that car show. So.
And especially if you happen to have been a veteran or
Absolutely.
a current member of the U.S. military.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in addition to the cars, there's a whole lot more that's going to be going on with vendors and food and everything else, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
What kind of options will people see as they go inside and look at the cars?
We pretty much have all kinds of vendors. Extreme Dents, more focused towards like the outside of the cars, and we also have like Harbor Freight. I think they're going to be there, and a couple other vendors that they're not so much focused on cars, but just overall vendors booths.
Okay.
Okay,
and of course we had talked about the different car classes, including the People's Choice. When do the trophies get presented?
Okay,
At the end?
so the show is from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Around 4:30, that's when we actually start doing the trophies.
Okay.
So,
Okay, and of course something like this does not come together without sponsorship, and you have quite the group of sponsors that are helping with this, correct?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, we have Elevated Screen Printing and Apparel, Paul Reed Construction, Benzel Pest Control, Galvin Photography, Auto Wizard, Allstate Insurance, Michael Engelhop, Extreme Dents, Weathercraft Roofing, Bacharach Steakhouse and Grill, Overhead Door, Godfather's Pizza, KNEB, All-Star Customs, Wallspace Indoor Billboards, B&C Steel. They're the ones that did the trophies right there as well.
Which are very nice.
Yeah,
trophies.
and we have 9 of those as well, so
That's great.
it's a lot of them. We also have DJ Jam and J Smooth, which he's going to be DJing the whole event and doing sound and lighting as well. Aulick Industries, the Bungalow Salon, Perkins Restaurant, and of course the Monument Mall. So
And a whole lot of folks that local businesses and groups getting involved to help with something like this. 'Cause
Exactly.
It's really kind of a neat deal that you don't get to see a whole lot of, especially some of the cars and some of the caliber of the vehicles that you would see.
exactly.
And of course, for those who might be inclined, there are some picture opportunities in addition to just the cars themselves.
Yes. Yeah, we have promo girls that are going to be there throughout the show. So if you guys want to take a picture with them as well, they'll be available. We have Galvin Photography there. She'll be the one taking the pictures. And if you guys want to put those pictures on a shirt, Elevated Screen Printing and Apparel can direct to garment those shirts right then and there for
Oh,
you
wow,
guys.
that's kind of a neat deal.
Yep.
That's a very neat setup. A lot of vehicles that you're going to see. We're real close to the start of this. If somebody is still interested to take part, can they do so? And if they can, how do they do that?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can call me at 308-225-0685 or check us out on Facebook or Instagram under Monument Muscle Car Expo.
That is the Monument Muscle Car Expo presented by Elevated Screen Printing and Apparel, coming up June 1st, 10 a.m. to 5 in the afternoon. Free admission, everyone, at the Monument Mall. Christian, Christa, thank you very much for joining us on News Extra this morning.
Thank you.
You.